Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about Power Rangers Dino Fury, episode 7 it is now, I think, Stego Search, which means tomorrow will be next week will be the last episode until the hiatus for the season begins, but this is a bit of a spoiler, so if you don't like spoilers, mute your volume for the next, 5 or 7 seconds. Next episode, Mick from Ninja Steel will be returning, so that's pretty cool. So anyway, let's talk about Stego Search, which the primary focus of the episode is, of course, Javi, which makes sense because if you watch Power Rangers generally, the first, run of episodes tends to be every episode focuses on one of the Rangers, and since it's 7 episodes in, if you factor in the first episode, which wasn't really a focus episode on anybody, and also episode 4, which was just introducing Javi and Izzy and wasn't a focus episode on either one of them in particular, then episode 7 means that we're getting around to the last one of these Rangers, that being Javi. That does beg the question, are they going to surprise us with a 6th Ranger appearing right at the end, episode 8? That would be really cool since they just announced the actor playing the Gold Ranger, Jordan Fisher, who was leaked months and months ago, but still pretty cool reveal. So that would make sense, especially if they wanted to keep kids coming back after the hiatus by being like, hey kids, we got the Gold Ranger. Plus it would also make sense for Gold Ranger toys to start showing up in stores in the fall without alarming children, I guess you could say. But anyway, that'd be really cool, but we'll see what happens next week. Let's talk about Stego Search, which is about Javi and his search for the Stego Zord. So essentially this episode, it does feel like more of your run-of-the-mill Power Rangers episode in terms of the lesson of the week and kind of being a little bit overt with that. But personally, I've never been one to really complain about that kind of stuff. To me, that's just kind of what Power Rangers is, or at least is at this point. So personally, I don't care. I like that style even. Not necessarily like my ideal Power Rangers, but I like it. So the kind of lesson here, there are a few things to take away from this episode. One of them is, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. Let's start off at the beginning of the episode, which is something I really like, this kind of continuity, because when Javi and Izzy were first introduced, Javi was like, oh yeah, I want to get this job at Buzz Blast because I want to save up to buy a keytar, and the episode starts off with him getting a keytar. So that's great. And so he starts playing in the park and people gather around, and that's when Warden Garcia, his dad, and Izzy's dad as well, comes in, and since he's disapproving of his music, as we've learned in his opening episode, he takes away the keytar, says he's going to return it, and then later on in the episode, Boom Tower steals a Sporix from Void Knight, uses it to charge himself up. I believe he refers to it as Doom Power, though I don't know if that's the actual name of it. And in the ensuing fight with the Rangers, Izzy gets injured, and that makes Javi's dad, Warden Garcia, even more angry with him just because he blames Javi for not protecting Izzy, because obviously he doesn't know that they're Rangers. So that's also a point of contention there, and so that ends up at the end of the episode having an honestly pretty good takeaway, which is don't be afraid to kind of ask for help if you need it, because the whole episode the other Rangers are like, Javi, what's going on? He's like, nothing, just don't worry about it. So it is an important lesson, I think, to teach kids that if you're having trouble, talk to somebody about it. I think that's just a really good message to send if they're going to do a kind of message focus episode. And even then, it's not like a huge blaring thing. It's more just a more casual message in the episode. But anyway, he ends up finding the Stego Zord because early in the episode when he's playing the keytar, they're at Dino Henge, the other Rangers and so on are searching for the Stego Zord, but they can't find it. But then once Javi is playing his keytar, which they don't know about until later in the episode, they do start to track some energy signatures or something related to that with the Stegozord, and that's pretty interesting how it kind of connects to Javi as a character, and that ends up being the whole thing of, oh, well, when Javi plays his music, that's what kind of summons the Stegozord. So it's kind of this interesting thing of, are they connected through the Morphing Grid to the point where the Stegozord is attracted to music because of Javi? Is the fact that Javi is part of has music as a part of one of his interests, is that why, at least partially, why he was chosen to be a ranger? It's kind of this interesting thing. And also this episode we get to see some great boom tower stuff, and he ends up being kind of the monster of the week, even though he's not permanently destroyed in the episode. I actually thought they might have ended up doing that, because from what I've heard in Ryu Soldier, they kind of have a rotating cycle of generals. So I was like, well, oh, I guess Boom Tower is only here for, like 4 or 5 episodes, But no, he's staying around for at least a few more episodes, unless they make me eat my words and he dies next week or something like that. But anyway, yeah, that was the episode. What did you guys think of Stego Search? Let me know in the comments below. Again, I thought it was a good episode. Definitely, I think if this is the standard for a Dino Fury episode in terms of like everything should be ideally above this, but if it's here, I'm perfectly fine with that. This is a great episode. Don't forget to subscribe for daily videos on the franchises you love, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.